Today I want to show you a crochet provisional cast on. What's a provisional cast on? Provisional cast on is where you have live stitches rather than unalive stitches or a bound edge for your cast on. So this is a long tail cast on. If I wanted to continue my work from here, I would have to pick up a bunch of these stitches and then I would have um maybe not as neat of a place to keep working my stitches, whereas if I picked up live stitches, I'll have a more seamless look. My name's Amanda. I'm an average knitter, and I like to talk about things that I'm making, that I want to make, and tips and tricks that have helped me along the way. If you're liking my tutorials, please check out my playlist for tutorials of foundation knitting, and like and subscribe to my channel so you can be alerted when new videos come out. So I have put this video in two parts, and I will put a timestamp in so you can go to the sections that you are looking for. The first part will be using a crochet hook to put scrap yarn on a needle to create your provisional cast on, and then how to knit into it. And then the second part will be how to pick those stitches up, take that scrap yarn out, so then you can continue knitting your project. Here we go. Here we go with our provisional crochet cast on. You're going to need scrap yarn, you're going to need your knitting needles, you're going to need a crochet hook, and the yarn that you are using for your project. So I'll go over exactly kind of what you're going to need. So this is an actual project that I'm making. It is the jacket for the Frog and Toad dolls that I'm making to enter in the Kentucky State Fair. So let's start with the yarn. I have about 4 feet of this, a little more than 4 feet, about 4.5 actually, because I've already videoed this once and I didn't have enough, and so I had to rip it out. I didn't have enough to at least show you properly. So this is Barocco Vintage Worsted, and that's going to be my scrap yarn. And this is Barocco Vintage Sock Yarn, and I'm holding it double for my project, so I'll get you a little closer. So you can see this is probably, I think this is really a light worsted, not very a thick worsted, and it's not spun super tight. And I think this held double is probably a sport to a DK weight. So I like to use my scrap yarn a little bit larger than what I'm making because it makes it easier to pick up your stitches later. Okay, then I've got my needles. I am knitting on a US size 2 needle, which is small, but it's appropriate for my project. And I always use a crochet hook that's a little bit larger. It's a white one. It's a little hard to see. This is a size H, which is equivalent to about a US size 8. So there is a big size discrepancy, but I am a tight crocheter, so I tend to like to do my provisional a little bit more loose so I can get my needle into those stitches easier when I'm ready to pick them up. All right, so let's get on to the cast on itself. Going to need to make your slip knot. Let's do this. You do not need a long tail for your slip knot, but a little bit of one. Then you're going to place your slip knot on your crochet hook. Snug it up a little bit, but not too tight. Oh, pulled the wrong end. And you're going to pick up your knitting needle. The key to this is where you're taking your working yarn. So your working yarn needs to be behind your knitting needle at this point. And you'll see that I'm not a great crocheter. I've seen people really be able to whip this cast on out, and I'm slow. I'm not doing this slow for demo. I'm doing this slow because I'm slow at it. I'm an average knitter, remember? All right, so loop here I'm going to hold with my right index finger. My working yarn is behind my knitting needle. I'm going to cross my crochet hook across my knitting needle, and I'm going to pick that up in the hook part of the crochet hook, and I'm going to hold the loop that's on the neck of my crochet hook so I can slide my new loop through. So remember, crochet and knitting is we're just connecting loops to make fabric. All right, and I'm going to take my yarn between my crochet hook and my knitting needle. I'm fiddly here because I'm going really slow. Behind the knitting needle, hook my next loop, pull it through. between crochet hook and knitting needle, behind knitting needle, hook into the loop, and pull it through. Show you a few more, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about when you would do it. So between knitting needle, crochet hook, behind a knitting needle, hook your yarn, pull it through the loop on the crochet hook. So obviously when your pattern calls for it, you don't always have to do it. The pattern that I'm doing says you can do a provisional cast on or just a regular cast on. If I did a regular cast on, then I would have to go pick up those stitches. I find it easier to pick up the provisional cast on stitches, so I'm choosing to do that. It also gives you a more seamless look where you're picking up those stitches. Secondly, you might want to use it, say you're doing a top-down sweater and your neckline, maybe you don't really like the neckline that's in the pattern, it's just a short ribbed pattern, and you think you might want to do a turtleneck, but you're not sure. You might do a provisional cast on, knit your sweater, and then come back, pick up those stitches, and play around with which collar you really want to do. Another example I can think of is if you're doing a bottom-up sweater, either in the round or the flat. This cast on works good for both of those. You can do a provisional cast on if you think you want to do, you're not sure what kind of edging you want at the bottom, and maybe you want it to be embellished. So that's when you may use it. So you can see I'm in my rhythm here. I know that I need 24 stitches. I'm going to leave you for a little bit, and I'm going to get 24 stitches on here, and then I'm going to show you how to join your project yarn and start knitting. I'm back with 24 stitches on my needle, and I have 1 stitch on my hook. I'm going to show you how to do this, so hopefully this works out. Sometimes it doesn't work out for me, and I think it's typically because I'll put that on here and then I can't unravel my stitches easier, but you'll see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chain 3, 4, 5 stitches here. This yarn doesn't have a lot of body to it, and I did need I have way more yarn, so I chained several, and then I'm going to pull. You'll see how much scrap yarn I have. I'm probably going to end up trimming that so it doesn't get in the way. So I'm going to pull this all the way through so that does not unravel as I'm knitting. Alright, so now I'm ready to knit. My pattern tells me I need to knit 12 rows in stockinette. So here's my working yarn. I have my tail here. I'm going to insert my needle here, tension my yarn, I'm going to join it. I'm going to hold the tail with my right hand needle. And I did get a pretty big loop here. I'll worry about that later. The loop in the provisional part isn't going to affect my loops of my real yarn. So this peachy colored yarn is my actual project yarn. This green yarn is my provisional cast on. So I'm going to keep working this, and then I will come back and show you how to finish up the provisional cast on when I'm getting ready to connect it to a different part of my project. I'm now to the point where it says to pick up my stitches along my provisional cast on. It's along this green border. The pattern also told me to put these stitches on waste yarn. I'm trusting the pattern. So I'm going to come up close here. Here is the first leg of the first stitch that I need to pick up. Here's the next one. You can see how the green yarn goes through that. I'm just going to go ahead and start picking them up. You need to be careful. It does take a little bit of time. You need to be careful not to split your yarn you're picking up, but also don't split your waste yarn. That'll, that'll cause a problem. Okay, I think I got that one well. Trying to keep it in camera here. Okay, and then, if some of them picked up a little bit splitty, I can go back. So here's that first leg of the V, first leg of the V, and so on. I'm going to go ahead and pick these up, and I'll come back in a little bit and show you how to take the waste yarn out and start knitting. I have all 24 stitches picked up, so now it's time to take my provisional cast on. Sometimes if I had much larger yarn and I weren't knitting this so tight, I could undo my provisional cast on and then pick them all up, but because these are really snug, I chose to pick them up before so I don't have to pick up rogue stitches. So here's the end where I hope I did this right. If I didn't, then you will get to see, we'll all learn from my mistake. I'm going to take this loop out of my last crochet loop, and if I did this correctly, I should be able to just pull this end. Oh, yay! All of my stitches will come right off. And so like I said, sometimes, if you're using big needles and big yarn, you may be able to, I might have split a stitch there, you may be able to not do it this way, but it turned out just the way I want it. Pull my slip knot out. There, I've got all of my stitches, and now the pattern tells me to rejoin my yarn right side facing me. So this project has a right side and a wrong side, stockinette and reverse stockinette. Find my needle. Sorry, I got a little out of frame there. And then I've picked up all of those live stitches from my provisional cast on. And now I just start knitting and moving on. If you found my tutorials helpful, like and subscribe so you'll get notified when I put more out there. Also, check out my tutorials for foundational knitting skills so you can learn more techniques and skills.